Welcome back to the Guy Dawson Show on WCOBM. I got it right this time. I always transpose the letters, and I feel really bad.
I'm happy you're doing it and not me.
I got it. Guy is not here. However, keep an eye out because he may be sneaking in through your chimney in the next week. Is that creepy if you haven't heard the rest of the show?
A little scary.
Maybe.
Little bit?
Little
bit?
Yeah.
Santa boot camp. He is back up just in case Santa does not feel well. He's meeting all of the reindeer at the moment and working with the elves.
You know what else I heard that he did? He delivered unexpected snow to the Northeast. They were all commenting on Facebook who brought the snow, and people were like, well, it's winter.
It was Guy.
And it wasn't supposed to be there till Saturday. It's Guy's fault. He's getting ready to bring the holiday cheer, so he's bringing snow to the Northeast.
He is magical. We miss you, Guy.
Yes,
we hope you're learning your new trade.
So you're Santa's little helper at the home base, right?
Kind of,
All right,
yes, yes. So we're all insane. So we have John Polish here, who is the founder of the Unstuck Happiness Conferences. And we happen to have one coming up. But before we talk about that, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Wow, what do you want to know?
Do you like long walks on the beach? No, I'm just kidding.
Offshore piers? Sure. No, I started the Unstuck Happiness Conferences about a year ago. We had our first one in March. Originally, it was WCOBM that I kind of came on, was one of the first guests that we had here, talking about my book that I wrote, a little bit of my story. I started doing seminars and conferences, and then quickly realized that while I have what I consider a good story, there's a lot of people out there that have even greater stories. So why don't we bring them all together and let a group of speakers share some inspirational stories with a live audience. So now we have public seminars. We held them, this will be the third one at the Orleans. And we'll have 7 speakers all sharing some amazing stories and telling people how they managed to get unstuck. So sharing some strategies to pick up and move on.
Perfect. And a lot of people think that motivational speakers and professional speakers are perfect, right? Is that going around?
That is going around, that we are perfect.
Right.
So it's funny because I was going to do a Facebook Live today. My last name is Sharper, so I do a lot of play on my last name. And I was going to, and I'll actually do it tomorrow. And I'm going to call it, I'm Not the Sharpest.
Cute.
And then people will listen. So for the ones that listen to this, they won't have to listen to that. But I am sharper just means that every day you do something little to improve, and none of us are perfect.
Right.
Yes, even though we appear that way.
And I have to say, I've had the honor of speaking at the last 2 conferences, and I've learned a ton. So just because you're helping other people doesn't mean that you can't still learn.
Right. I met Cheryl when she first got involved with the National Speakers Association. And I think we did a little bit of masterminding together, and she was a fill-in for me on the first conference and presented at the second, and she's doing great. Proud of you there.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. And just so you know, I don't do a lot of playing off of my name because Polish just doesn't work well when you're like a motivational speaker. It just doesn't work. So
who are some of the speakers that people can see, and what's the date? Yep,
January 28th.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
January
Saturday,
28th.
January 28th at the Orleans. It's an all-day event, 9 to 5.
Okay.
We have 7 amazing speakers. I'm really excited about this one because the first 2 conferences were speakers that I knew fairly well or was really familiar with. And this is the first time that I've really stretched out and found people that I wasn't quite as familiar with. But I'm just really falling in love with the lineup as I talk about it more and more. So we have Cheryl's going to present for us again.
Awesome! Yay!
There we go. If you haven't heard her story, she has quite an amazing story. Yeah, you probably just think her as the animal rescuing badass, but how she got to that is actually an amazing story. So I'm not going to share that here. You have to come in January to find that out.
Absolutely. January 28th.
Yes, that was the trailer for that. Yes.
Raquel Hanna, who I also met in your
yes.
in your academy program for National Speakers Association. Raquel is amazing too. She spent about 5 years kind of trapped in a religious cult.
Ooh.
And when she got out of it, like, you would never know. She's this amazing, beautiful spirit. She's an amazing singer and just child of God. You would never know that she went through the things that she went through. So really excited about her. We have Heather Estes, which is somebody that Cheryl introduced me to. I wasn't familiar with her, but what's great about Heather is that her unstuck story is like so many other people's. Yeah. She just kind of got stuck in day-to-day life, raising kids and doing that sort of thing.
That rat race.
Right.
Where you ate Monday.
Where all of us had some sort of major tragedy. She kind of just had her everyday life that she realized she was stuck. And she's struggled with worthiness for a while. Now she has the Worthiness Factor book coming out, and just an awesome story, and she's a really great presenter, so I'm looking forward to hearing her. We have Brittany Williams. Brittany was a former Miss United States, most recently finished, I want to say, 3rd and 4th in 2 different categories in the Miss Fitness America contest.
Amazing.
She has this really great story. When you talk to her, like I've talked to her for a few times, and I'll sit there for a couple hours and not dawn on me that I'm sitting across from like Miss United States.
Right.
She's like talking to one of the guys,
Right.
And she's just got a great story, and just her whole approach to the beauty queen aspect of things is just so different than anything you've ever heard. So looking forward to her as well. And then we've got so that's 4 ladies. We've got 3 guys. Silo Moses. Silo is
I'm excited about this one.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I know Silo.
Yeah,
You probably do.
He does. He gives back to the community.
Exactly.
He does.
I met Silo because I did Basket Brigade this Thanksgiving with Silo. He is amazing.
Yeah.
He has an organization called Serving Hope, where they're serving homeless people every Monday, as well, along with a lot of other things, a lot of charitable stuff that he does. He has another organization that does private dining parties, private dinner parties, where they bring in private chefs, and for every meal purchased, they give a meal away. But when you hear his story, like I've only known him for a short time, but he's already changed me a bit, and he's cost me some money. Because I can no longer I just look at people. When you get to know him and you see his heart for people, you want to emulate it. So you're getting this giving spirit where you just want to give to people. It's impossible to hang around him and not want to start giving back.
So, John, how do people get tickets for this and get more information?
We'll still have
sorry.
one more speaker.
Go ahead.
So obviously
Sorry.
I'll do a little bit of talking there too. But we had the last speaker I want to tell you about is amazing, because when I was first asked about him, my first thought was, oh my God, can we do this? And it's, if you've been in Vegas for any length of time, you know the name Dario Herrera. Dario was in the early 2000s, former UNLV football player, became a star in the political world, a rising star. He was Clark County Commissioner, just on his way politically, and then was the center of a political scandal that landed him in federal prison for a while.
Wow.
And he is back in Vegas. He's established a successful business here. But at first I'm like, is this going to be just another person trying to redeem themselves or to rebuild their name? I sat with this guy for a couple hours. Amazing. He is just, when I mentioned, because the Unstuck Conference, we have a tagline of redefining you at this conference, because it's January.
Starting fresh.
New Year's resolution thing, so we're doing redefining you. And when I mentioned him, I'm like, you're going to be a great story for redefining you. He stopped me. He's like, I'm not trying to redefine myself or rebuild anything. He's like, I'm just keeping my eyes on what's really important. And to him, it's his family, it's his kids, it's rebuilding those relationships. And he's just, I'm excited to hear him speak. I'm also excited just to get to know him better. So
awesome.
This is going to be a great event.
It is.
They all are. If you leave an Unstuck event without feeling touched by somebody's story, then you have to check your pulse. There's something going on,
So again, that's January 28th. And what's the website?
It is unstuckconferences.com.
Okay. And the Facebook page?
Unstuck Conferences.
Okay.
Something like that.
And you can, tickets are already on sale, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a link on the website and I believe on Facebook. So
sounds good. So please check it out, unstuckconferences.com, and you'll get to find out how I became an animal rescuing badass. You'll get to learn John's story, which is also very touching and very inspiring.
And we have a few fun activities mixed in the middle there. So
we do.
It's definitely going to be a great time.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Raquel, thank you for being on the show with me. This has been amazing.
My pleasure.
And John, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Guy, thank you for delivering that red Corolla.
And the pink Lamborghini.
Have a happy holiday,
Corolla,
everybody.
Dream bigger. Sure. Dream bigger. Red Corolla.